Hello everyone. How is your Monday? It has been very, very windy here in Ottawa. So windy, as a matter of fact, one of my, pinwheels has disappeared. Hubby looked on the balcony, looked down on the parking pad. I guess the wind blew it away. And one of the spirals, the silver ones that we have to keep the pigeons off the balcony, it broke and landed on the balcony, thank goodness. So two little things, not that much to really worry about. Who knows, maybe we'll see the pinwheel somewhere. But we are going to continue now with the story. Samantha thought out loud. I would collect my things and leave. That was a possibility. But why shut us up in the attic? Especially if your things are there, Jody added. When the full moon hid behind the clouds, we made our move. Dressed in black, it would be difficult to pick up on our movement. Jody used his night vision camera to keep tabs on the house. The door to the basement was open, but was this a trap? Cautiously, we approached the door. Being extremely careful, we proceeded down the cement stairs. We had to make it to the attic. At the top of the staircase, we find the door locked. Panic sets in. Has the door been locked behind us? I run back to check. I'm relieved to find it still open. Our problem is solved. We go inside and make our way to the kitchen, the last place we entered at. The door here is also locked, but the window is still open. Jody climbs in to unlock the door. Moments pass before it opens. He informs us someone must be inside. On the table, laid out, are a plate with knife and fork. A plastic shopping bag was laying under the chair. A receipt inside showed yesterday's date, and the time was late night. Jody pointed above our heads, then placed his finger to his lips. Being as stealthy as we could, we progressed to the staircase. One by one, we made our way to the second floor. Once again, we were standing under the hatch. Whoever it was must be up there, because every other room is empty. To open the hatch now would be crazy. Our plan was to simply pick a room and wait. We must have fallen asleep huddled together. It was more of a sense than a sound that woke us. Slowly opening our eyes, we were met with a shapeless mist. Jody thought it was smoke from a fire, but there was no sound of flame and no scent of a blaze. Samantha grabbed hold of our arms. What was before us was a ghost. Too petrified to move, we sat together on the floor. Deliberately, the mist circled us. It was investigating us. Jody inquired as to who the spirit was. At this point, it began to take shape. It was a man, 6 foot tall, with dark eyes and dark hair. His arms outstretched, his chest filled before letting loose a horrible laugh. Who are you? Jody insisted. Who am I is none of your concern. Who are you is mine. A sly smile exposed white teeth stained from coffee. I am Mr. Dogan. Your worst nightmare. Why did you dare come into my house? Samantha scanned her memory for information she had read on the house. It had originally been built at another location for the Verne family. In the 1990s, it was bought and moved here. Suddenly, the man's face was familiar. Samantha had seen it before in a book she read. She recalled having taken a photo of it. Calling up the gallery on her phone, she found it. Horace Dogan. He was the man who moved the house. He was killed when the house slipped onto its new foundation. Horace Dogan, she said. Then began to impart what she had learned. Smart girl. This house is mine. I have chased every other family from it. Now no one but I live here. I've chased away many people like you in my time, but you three won't learn. This is my home. You have no business here. Finally, I spoke up. Can you not see the shape this place is in? It won't be too many years before it falls in on itself. Then what will you have? Peace, because people like you won't come here. I wouldn't be too sure about that. People like us put to video what you have held so dear, I said in a condescending tone. Samantha and Jody tried to pull me back, but I shook them off. I wasn't afraid anymore. Work your magic so that we have the house and we'll bring it back. The three of us will care for it like you intended. What can I do? The spirit asked politely, having met his match. I thought then Samantha spoke. The paperwork for the house, the original, was never found. That's why the city sold it. Mr. Dogan raised his voice. They had no right. That is why I've chased away people. Samantha moved towards him. There's a will your lawyer knew about, but never received a copy of. Where is it? It's in a safe place, Mr. Dogan said. Samantha pushed for the location in the house. There was something she knew that we didn't. You've touched it every time you've been here. It's in the hatch. We three rushed to the hatch and felt for something. Mr. Dogan was behind us and told us what to touch. A small panel opened under Samantha's hand. We sat together reading. I, Horace Dogan, declare this my last will and testament. Since I have no children upon my death, this house must go to my niece, Dana Murphy, and no one else. It was signed by Horace and a notary. My mother was Dana Murphy. A look of shock on Samantha's face. Do you have proof? Mr. Dogan inquired. Samantha answered, yes, of course. The papers we found were given to the authorities. Mr. Dogan has made peace, living in a restored home that called to him many years ago. It now calls to Samantha and Jody. They are all my friends, and there is comfort knowing we will never leave. In finding Mr. Dogan, in Mr. Dugan's will, Samantha found her own. I am the rightful owner now. My mother is Samantha. That is the end of the story. I am working on another one. I'm going back quite a few years to one that I wrote, but unfortunately don't have, because I was writing it in threads on a paranormal site that I was part of at the time. And a few years ago, I did try to go back and see if I could find it somewhere. But I'm guessing that it's removed after so many years. So now I'm just trying to remember bits and pieces and trying to put them together for you. So that is all for this evening. Rather quick. I was thinking of crafting, but I actually really don't feel like it. So, to my YouTube family, thank you as always for coming by to hear the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed writing it for you. And the ending is never known to me until I get there. To anyone coming through to see what the ending was, thank you for coming back. Check out any of my other videos. If you see any that you like, consider a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, I'll get back to you. And share any of my videos out, that is always appreciated. While you're here, consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, thank you very much and welcome to the family. And if you have subscribed, consider clicking that notification bell so that you'll know the next time that I upload. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Labor Day. Sounds like it's raining outside now. And have a great start to the week tomorrow. 4 days, short week, really nice. So until the next time, as always, ciao for now.